what server are you playing?
Yeah.
EU
It's
server.
EU.
So I was 4K a few months ago as well. So I know in EU server. So I know exactly what um,
Yeah.
basically is going because every single MMR bracket, every single skill bracket,
Yeah.
like within 200 MMR range has its own literally its own meta, and you have to figure out every single meta for yourself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you have to basically beat it. Um, in this bracket, Lina is like really strong. Zeus is a really common pick and really strong. Lycan is really strong. So what you want to do if you're purely looking to increase your MMR, you want to look at the heroes that are dominating your bracket in pubs. Forget about Dota buff. Forget about um, pro scene. Forget about everything else. Just look at every game that you play. Just make a mental
Yep.
note of what hero is winning the games. Spirit
Yep.
Breaker is really winning games in 4K throughout 4K. His
Mhm.
17% is more like 300%. He bashes on every single hit, and he ganks mid. Nobody comes to protect mid at 4K.
Yeah.
So you wanna if you're purely looking to increase your MMR, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Now what I want to focus on
I
that
wanna. I
yeah
mean, I don't wanna just solely improve MMR. It's also about improving overall game.
yeah that's what I was about to say. That as far as increasing MMR is concerned, that's my full advice to you.
Yeah.
That's all I can give you to increase MMR.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the rest of it is skill. So you picked Slark. Let me see what you picked Slark into. Right, you had the. Is this ranked?
Yeah. It's right.
Okay, so you had. So looking at this, you know Zeus is going to be mid. You know Sven is the carry,
Yeah.
and you know that either Venomancer or Nyx is going to be one is going to be support and the other one is going to be offlane, and
Yeah.
they're missing either another support or an offlane or possibly a jungle. But this hero really doesn't matter as far as you're concerned. This guy
Mm.
is. Did he mark jungle?
Yeah. I
He
think
marked
he's done.
jungle. Okay. Because Lycan is really strong as a in the carry lane. Anyway, forget about that. That's again for MMR. We're talking about pure skill.
Mm-hmm.
Increasing skill here. So Lina is mid. Mirana, did she say she's roaming or did she say support or offlane or what?
I think she was roaming. Yeah.
She was roaming. So you're missing an offlaner. Now, um, you have a jungler and a roaming guy, and one person is going to be in the off lane. So you actually have no support, right? Going
Yeah.
into this, you were not going to have a support. So what you should have done is you should have picked a hero that was going to allow you to farm, free farm, farm easily without needing a support. Someone like Viper, someone like Zeus. Sorry, not Zeus. What's his name? The other lightning guy, Razor. Someone like Razor.
Right.
Yeah, a hero which would have allowed you to sustain in lane without needing a support too much
Yeah.
against
Very well.
possibly a Venomancer. Against this guy, you don't care, but against possibly Venomancer, who's just going to be spamming these annoying plague wards. So I think that Slark was as much information as you have right now. Slark is not the best pick.
Yeah.
So you obviously want to be thinking about these things when you're picking
Yeah.
into.
I think I just thought about the matchup versus Sven. I haven't thought
Okay,
about anything else.
right. So it is all right. You know when I said 30% is early game, that's
Mhm.
when you have an evenish draft, not when you have something like a anti-mage without a support, because that game is lost 100% because of the early game. There's nothing you can do in the late game because anti-mage is never going to get his battle fury up. In fact, I just had a game. It's funny. I just had a game where an anti-mage didn't get anything. What did he get? Oh, he managed to get. Wow, he actually managed to get. Probably because we ended up at the end of the game, we ended up feeding him like we had all Raxes down and we fed him like the entire lineup. So he probably got something like 5,000 gold as comeback gold. So that's why. Otherwise, I think he just had a battle fury up by the end of the game. So so these matchups, if you're picking a greedy carry that needs support and you don't have a support, you've lost the game already. It's really tough to win. So you've got a Spirit Breaker who's again not going to be helping you anyway.
Yeah.
So this is the first point. You want to be you want to know what carry to pick or what hero to pick. Right. So you don't know if Pudge is in the off lane, Nyx is in the off lane, or Veno is in the off lane. Most probably, Nyx is going to be the support with the Sven. Wait, no, could be Ven. Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, I thought that it will be like a dual lane off lane, so I just went a lot of region.
No, this is actually very very good that you went. Like some people might say, why did you get so much region? Like 8 tangos really. But the thing is, you did recognize that you're the only support. Sorry, you're the only You're the only one in the lane, and you're not gonna have a support. So you got enough region. Definitely, you got the right items. I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah, now I see Ven on top.
Right now you see Veno top, so it's fine. It's having oh, that's good. Having extra region is better than having not enough region. Did you just check his? Did you check his? Right. So because you are at a 4K bracket, I am gonna be like talking about detailed small things. Like going before you went to the room, you should have quickly checked. Two things. You should have done two things. You should have checked his items. Veno's, you did check Veno's item in case he has a TP ready or anyway. If he has sentries, if he has observers, just to let your team know that the support has this. Because you can't rely on your team to check these things, even though they should, not you. And you should have checked his items. You should have seen what he has. Does he have regen? Does he have, an observer already, sentry, whatnot? Also,
did I click on him?
Also, if you had a support, your support would have gone up here and made sure the Nyx wouldn't block this camp,
30 seconds.
which you should know already at 4K. But because you don't have a support, nobody's going to be pulling. You don't really care if this camp is blocked or not, so you don't need to do anything. But you do want to stand on this side of the, on these stairs, just in case if you have a support and if he's going to be pulling, just in case the guy comes and tries to put the ward down, block your camp. Yeah, you should have checked his inventory.
I think I check it at some point.
Okay,
right
you did check right now, yeah.
He didn't have any region.
Yeah, he didn't have any region. And you see, you know now that they're all top. Like this guy is the only one in the lane, so you should be really really happy about that. So I'm gonna creep block is decent. Creep equilibrium against if you're 1v1, creep equilibrium is only important. Oh wow, he's actually pulling the creeps back to deny his range creep. That's really. So the guy knows his creep equilibrium stuff. Right, I'm gonna skip a little bit.
Well, that's
keep an eye out on your
really nice thing that he did. I haven't thought about that.
What was that?
I didn't even think about it because he pulled creeps to deny his own. I never thought about that.
Yeah, he denied his ranged creeps so that your creeps will be pushing. Now, what you're doing, leveling up. Okay, so I'll make sure to remember to note what you leveled up. But what your levels are right now in your items, in your skill build, right now is perfect. And because you know he doesn't have any region, you should definitely be attacking him, even though you're taking a lot of creep harass. And normally, as a carry, you would not do that, but because he doesn't have any, you should have actually used Dark Pact right away.
Yeah.
But because he doesn't have any region, this is amazing. What you're doing, this is perfect. So this is definitely not your weak point. Yeah, that's really good. You've got an Orb of Venom that's going to harass him even more. You're going to be able to have a, what do you call it, speed advantage on him, run him down, hit him even more. That's great. Great item choice. You definitely do not need early boots against the solo Nyx.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually did go into boots. Well, it's a solo Nyx. There you guys have got a dual. So this is something. You know you've got a dual lane top, and they do need all three of their heroes to be able to allow Sven to farm. So you know that for a long time you're going to be alone in the lane with Nyx. So there is no need for you to get boots this early. You could have just gone into making your Ring of Aquila. I hope that's what you. Well, whatever you make, whether it's drums or Aquila, you should have just gone straight into doing that. Your creep score at 3 minutes, so 3 minutes, 3 times 4 is 12. So you've got 5. Okay, so 1 extra. 4 threes are what? Sorry, 12 times 2, 24. So there have been 24 creeps, and you've taken 16. That means you've missed out. Wow, and I'm an engineer. 8 creeps.
Yeah, 24. I got 16. I can see it.
That's not that's not ideal.
Yeah.
That's actually quite bad because you're alone in the lane with him. There's no support to harass you. He's not harassing you. Obviously, he can't harass you. You are harassing him, but then you should have been harassing him in between creep. What do you call it?
Yeah.
In between
that's
CS.
actually a really nice point. Yeah, because I was doing it while I hit creeps near, and yeah, I'm missing a lot.
I actually used to make the same mistakes when I was like your skill. Even when I was low, I used to make the same exact mistake. And this is something that you probably never thought about, but now you know.
Exactly.
So that's 100 MMR for you right away.
No.
Your skill build is completely, it's perfect. That's pretty much. So if you play a lot of Slark, you probably play a lot of Slark. That's the only reason why you have this perfect skill build, because at level 1 you either want to go Dark Pack. Sorry, you either want to go Pounce or you want to go Essence Shift. You go Pounce if you think you can secure a kill on at the rune. Otherwise, you go Essence Shift. And then at level 2, you level the other one up, and then you max Dark Pact, and that's pretty much exactly what you're doing. Right, you're going straight into treads. Okay.
Yeah, that might be a mistake.
The reason why that is a mistake is because you want to have some mana regen, because you want to be at this time. You've got level 3 Dark Pact, and it does 225 damage, and you've got it on a 7-second cooldown. Right now, Nyx is coming close to you. His spiked carapace only does returns the one instance of damage, right? And it stuns you for 0.6 seconds at level 1, and it's on a 22-second cooldown. Even if he had leveled it up, maxed it out right now, it would have been at a 14-second cooldown, whereas you've got a 7-second cooldown spell. It does 225 damage, and it does it in 10 instances. I think it does it in 10 instances. Let me just... It doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure... there we go. Yep, 10 pulses. It does it in 10 instances. That means he's only going to return 22.5 damage to you if he turns Spike Crabs. You should be just spamming it on him. But you can't do that like what you were going to do just now. That is exactly what I mean. But just don't hit him. Don't draw creep aggro. Just move around him and keep spamming it. You managed to get a kill, which you would have done even if you had not right-clicked him, because If you used it twice, not right-clicked him, he would have been brought low. You pounce on him and you kill him. You don't get to take this much creep aggro. And on top of that, you should have had a Ring of Aquila at this time. Ring of Aquila, instead of having boots and elven skin, you should have had an Aquila, which is roughly about, I think it's 900 gold, and it's definitely cheaper than your power treads.
Yeah.
Which gives you extra armor, so you would have been able to sustain the creep harass as well, and you would have been able to trade better with him, and you would have been able to have more mana right now.
Yeah.
Not to mention more damage, a lot more damage. So that is once. It's a really small thing, like really small thing, but it matters in your bracket. It looks like you're going for that build anyway. All right, so this is very important now for skill. He dies. You know he's not in the lane. You know he's getting all the what do you call it? All the XP from your creeps anyway, because nobody's pulling or anything, denying him or zoning him out. So what you should do right now, yeah, keep regening. You should push out this lane as much as you possibly can, as fast as you can. Take the range creep out first. 40. Yeah, by this time. Okay, so let's see. Let's back it up a little bit. You chose. You killed him here. You quickly. You should have taken a tango right away. And you eat a tango. You get treads. Now it's 31 seconds. You should have gone straight here, taken the range creep out, and 1, 2, 3, 4. By this time, yeah, you've taken the range creep out, and about this time you would have taken this whole wave out. Then you, at 45, you quickly, let me free camera. Yeah, at 45, you start walking. This shit is worded. All right. In that case, you just, if you ideally you come here and you pull this, stack this camp. Either you can stack it or you can pull it over here, and it will pull this entire creep wave onto here, and you can farm this large camp with your dog pack, or just right clicks. That way you deny Nyx at least 2 of these creeps, depending on the camp. You deny 1 or 2 of these creeps, and you get an entire camp, and you still go back to the creep wave, the next incoming creep wave, in time to farm that. In this case, where this is blocked, you start walking here to stack this. You see it's blocked. You walk over here. You turn on dog pack. I think for this camp, it should one charge of this maxed level dog pack should be enough to take this entire camp out, and then you quickly walk back here in time to get. Maybe you will have missed 1 of these creeps, but you will get an entire camp, small camp, which is worth. I think it's worth about 200 XP or about 100 XP. Sorry, 150 XP. It's worth a lot of XP, and it's worth a lot of gold as well. I think it's worth 100 gold, more than 100 gold. And then you come back in time to get these creeps as well. So this kind of efficiency, instead you just standing here waiting for the creep wave to come to you. That's a complete waste of time. As a carry, you need to be very efficient, and you need to always be doing something, whether it's stacking for yourself, taking the farm after about like 6-7 minutes. Right, when you've got like decent items, when you've got
I understand
levels and stuff, yeah.
How many? 36 last hits.
This is 6 minutes in, actually 6.5. So 6 was it 6 4s are 24 times 248, and yeah. So this is the other thing. Pardon me. If you do that, if you rotate to the large camp on the small camp, you will literally, at 10 minutes, you will have 80 or more CS. Whereas, if you know how many creeps spawn at 10 minutes, it's 72, including the 2 trucks or carts. It's 72 or 73. I'm not sure. I think it's 72. but you'll actually end up having more last hits than there are creeps at that time, because you're taking the jungle camp at the same time without losing any creeps here. You can practice this in a custom game, but I think at 4K you can actually just go ahead and do it in game. Just always be doing something as a carry. You don't stand around walking around in circles, waiting for the creeps to come or something. That's good. Now you see that you take this and you stand here. Instead, you should quickly go on to this camp, take it and come back, or stack this one, or pull it to your creeps.
Yeah, I understand.
Alright, so this will really push your edge. Right now you are the highest net worth by almost 500 gold, but 500 gold is really nothing. You could have been, at this time, if you had been rotating, you could have had at least 300 more gold, which right now might not seem like a big deal, but it is. Not only 300 more gold, but you would have been up in at least one level of one level as well.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if you made a mistake here or not. Right, you got the Ring of Kila. You do turn this off when you're in lane, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And when you want to push, you just turn it on.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
No cell can hold me.
There's a...
Dyer's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
It's not a big... there's not a lot you could have done there. You were dead. The moment you decided to go on Veno, you were dead. You should have been... It should have been in the back of your mind that there's a Nyx. He is level 6 because you did see him ult you at one point. Once before. So when Veno comes in, you should know right away that Nyx is already in the game. And he could be there. So you're a carry. You need to not die. You need to be farming. You need to always be doing something. These are the 3 things that I have at the top of my head whenever I'm playing carry. So dying is extremely bad. You don't get to farm. You lose, not only lose gold, but you also lose XP. You're losing XP compared to the whole, the rest of the players on the map.
Yeah, now Sven surpassed me on network.
Yeah, and that's only because you died and weren't able to farm in that time that you were dead. Even though it might not seem that much, but it is. It's almost one creep wave is 200 to 250 gold, depending on if you're able to take all the last hits. Depending on whether you're able to take all the last hits and what time it is in the game. Right now it's just 4 creeps, but when it's 5 creeps, it's obviously around 250 gold. So that's probably why Sven was able to surpass you.
Yeah.
Guess what's happening?
So when you saw my point was at that time is that when you saw the Venomancer, you should have backed off, and you should have at this time. Actually, let me go back one more time because I just remembered something. They did smoke and come as well. First off. Yeah, so right here. So if you had been rotating to the jungle anyway to farm, so you would have taken this camp and then you would have gone to the jungle. You would have, right now you would have been farming in the jungle. You would have taken out this camp. You would have gone, okay, so this is what you would have, this is what I would have done if I was in your place. I would have gone here and I would have pulled this camp down here. If I pull this camp, now this camp is going up here, and now you're here farming this camp with your entire creep wave. These guys come in here and they will go all the way up to your tower, or maybe they'll stand here. They won't be able to see you. Eventually you'll come out of there, but maybe they're stupid and they will go all the way to your tower and reveal the smoke. Maybe they'll come all the way up till here, then they'll be like, Slark is not here. I don't know. It's it's a situation that you can't really predict. But you wouldn't have died here. Maybe you would have died here. Maybe you'd have died here. maybe you would have lived. I don't know, but you would have. This wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not like a big deal. I mean, these things will happen.
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue on. Let's see, because I really want to get to mid game now. Right, there's something going on here.
The dire best do something.
Now you've got a you've got a poor man shield, and you've got a ring of tequila, and with these two items, you can easily take jungle camps. At this time, you might as well abandon the lane if you want. If there were two people here, you could have just abandoned the lane and just farmed the jungle, and it would have been really fast and really efficient as well.
Tower could use a hand.
Yeah.
So you're diving the tower. Okay, so this is fine. Yeah, I can agree with all that. I mean, you could have.
Tower's coming apart.
Excuse me. You could have turned on Dark Pact before you pounced.
Before I pounce.
Because not because you might have thought that I don't know if I'm gonna lash or not, but whether you lash or not, you're still gonna get in range of him, and you're still gonna do damage to him. So you would have done the entire 300 damage anyway, whether you lashed or not. So you could have turned it on beforehand, but other than that, it's fine. It's good. Now you're going to the jungle. You see how like that? It took you 3 seconds to take out that camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. So right here, you should have checked what Zeus has, how much mana he has, and what items he has. It's besides the point he has full mana and full items. But if he had, let's say, his mana was up to here, and he used this, and his mana was something like 100, you should have just literally just left these creeps and just ran after him. Zeus can't run away from you. He has absolutely nothing defensive. He's in the middle of the two towers, and nobody can immediately TP in to save him by the time you kill him. Your Dark Pact, why do I keep calling it out? Your ultimate is coming off cooldown, and even if Nyx comes there, or Nyx is already there waiting for you or whatever, you can still, oh, Nyx was there, you can still ult and get away. On top of that, your Spirit Breaker, it looked like, was charging him. Doesn't matter. So if he was on low mana, you could have.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Why did that happen? Oh, Nyx sneaked up behind you. You shouldn't have come out of the jungle. There is absolutely no reason for you. Okay.
Well,
you should have a TP by now, and you should be farming jungle. And the only reason why you would join a gank, or you would join a fight, or you would come out of the jungle is if they are they are diving your tower, and you TP in and save your teammates. Right? Actually, before you TP in, you should look and check if they are at low HP, the enemy team is at low HP, and you can TP in and get 1 or 2 kills. If not, then you just keep farming jungle. Even if your teammates are crying like, why aren't you helping us, why aren't you, we're dying all by ourselves. Say to them that please stop engaging in fights. Don't count on me to come, I need to farm. Because they might not understand that you need to farm right now. You died here, it's really bad for you. Sven is getting... Okay, so they killed Sven, I think. Yeah, they killed Sven, so that's good. But you're not really gaining much advantage over them because you're dying, Sven is dying, so you're not giving your team an advantage. Whereas if you'd been farming, you would have not only been getting more gold, but you would have also not been dying. Whereas Sven still dies.
Yeah.
So
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Focus farming. That's.
Wait. Just wait a second. I really want to write this down.
I will put this on YouTube so you can watch it again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see this. So that you should be rotating the jungle, but you just did it much later. Probably because you don't know the limits of your hero yet. Pretty much as soon as you have Ring of Aquila, Poor Man's Shield, and level 6, sorry, level 7, my bad, and level 7, you can solo jungle, and when you are level 5, you can start, sorry, let me just, I want to see this team. Why am I not, okay. So when you're level 7, you can, when you're level 7 and you have Aquila plus Poor Man's Shield, and I would probably have a, what's it called, a Culling Blade as well, to increase my farming efficiency, cut down trees, move through the camps quicker. It's 200 gold, and you can sell it, get 100 gold back, so it's 100 gold for more right click power, 40% increased right click power, and going through the jungle faster.
Yeah.
So with Ring of Aquila, Stout, Poor Man's Shield, and what do you call, Culling Blade, and level 7, you can start farming jungle by yourself. And at level 5, with 3 levels in Dark Pact, you can start pulling this camp here and farming this, or farming this camp by yourself. So these are the two things that you, and do that in between creep waves. You obviously don't want to leave a creep wave and come here. It's okay if you miss one creep to get a camp, because remember, your support, ideally you'll have a support, your support will be able to either get that creep or get the solo XP of that creep, so you're also helping out your support. So
Yeah.
you both get the good trade.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Do you start moving towards here? Yes, you do. So they were at full HP. You don't have. Don't join as a carry. Try not to join team fight. Like right now, this is a fight going on, obviously, but you don't have your first core item up, and your first core item probably in this game, it should be a, what's it called, the invis item, Lothar's
Shadow Blade, maybe.
Shadow Blade. Yeah, your first core item should be Shadow Blade. So the first time you should look to go towards in a team fight is once you have a Shadow Blade. But before that, you don't want to start going into team fights, because right now, all these heroes, they Venomancer doesn't need a lot of items up. He just needs level 6, which he has, to do all the damage he's gonna do to you in the game. Zeus is mid. He's got enough levels to nuke you down. Nyx is level 6. All he needs to do is just right click you after his ult, and you're like half HP already. So these supports and these nukers are really bad for you early game, and until you have your core item, first core item up, you shouldn't go into a team fight.
Yeah.
Even though you did manage to help your team get the kill, or maybe you got the kill. No, you helped your team. Even if you had not been there, they still would have been able to get the kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know what? You would have been farming right now, and you would have been. You did get the gold split, but you would have allowed your team to get the solo XP, solo gold on that kill, and you would have been farming the whole time. So XP is actually more important, not the gold.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
And you would have been farming at that time, and you would have been going up in XP as well. Your team doesn't really need you there. I mean, if the score right now was like 3-17, then it would have been a totally different situation. But it's almost an even game. Your guys are looking for fights. Your guys are going into fights. You can maybe tell them, like, I'm not going to join you. Try not to fight so much. You know, just pick safe fights. This is what they should be doing in the first place. You're really lucky he went for Mirana, not you. Yeah, good. You run back. That's perfect. Okay. I was just about to say you should have, as soon as you saw him, you should have pounced away.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
ran
shame.
the wrong way.
So no, that's fine. Well, you do have a ward here. So your Mirana dies. You should have started right-clicking him. Okay, you do. And as soon as you see Venomancer, you pounce this way, like towards your tower, not this way, towards your tower. And right now you should have seen Pudge coming, because he did show up in the map. So he comes in. This is really funny, actually. So you see Pudge here, and then here he pops a smoke, like under the ward.
Yeah.
Which is probably why you weren't able to see him, because he only appeared on the map for like a split second. But you should have ran towards your tower, not in the jungle.
Yeah.
And you should have pounced back immediately, because as I said, like these guys are really strong right now, because they don't need items, they just need their levels. Okay, the next thing, once you break into 4.3k MMR, you will know everything I've told you, you will have perfected it, right? But the next thing you need to be worrying about, and something you can start thinking about, from the beginning of the game, when you're leaving your base, I want to look at this team fight. When you're leaving your base, look at the enemy team and try to gauge, are any of these going to be able to get a kill on me in the first 2 to 3 minutes, like when they have 2, 3, 4 levels. And looking at these, you look at Pudge and you say, yes, he can. So he can come in on this side and hook you from here, right? So you should be playing. You should have been playing on this side of your creep wave if you don't see Pudge in the lane. Like if they, if your team calls Pudge SS, or if you note, right? So you recognize that Pudge can kill you, so you also keep an eye out on this lane. Pudge is here, you need to keep an eye out. If he's missing for like half a minute, then he could have smoked, he could have walked up here, because at that time you guys didn't have a ward here. And he could have been waiting around in these trees, waiting to hook you. And you should have been prepared for that and playing on this side. And as soon as you see that he hooks you still, let's say he hooks you from this side, unlucky, you turn on Doc Pact and you try to TP away, try to run away, whatever. But you're prepared for it, instead of just suddenly like taking 2 seconds to realize what the hell just happened. Trying to find yourself, where did I go? And then when you're in jungle, you do the same thing, like which of these has a kill potential on me, and you say, oh wow, Nyx is invis, Nyx can go invis, and he can literally just burst me down with the help of Zeus's ultimate. And Zeus's ultimate, again, you might be like low HP just farming jungle, and you might not realize he might just ult for somebody else and you end up dying. This happened to me several times. Like several times it's happened to me. Suddenly Zeus pops his ultimate for no reason at all, and I'm jungling and suddenly I die. So these are some things that you need to be aware of in every single game. Who has a kill potential on you? Going into this team fight right away, I can tell you this is going to be a bad decision. Your Lycan is dead. You don't see. Can you see? No, you shouldn't have been able to see Sven farming. You don't see any of their heroes on the map. But you do see that 3 of them are here now, and 3 of you are here. Alright, you actually guys managed to get a kill on him. I would not have joined this team fight.
Yeah, I can see why.
No, I mean you guys actually. Oh, there comes Zeus. Alright, so it didn't. Okay, so first off, you shouldn't have joined this team fight. Again, you should have been farming. And the reason why you should have done that is because you see that there are 3 of their heroes and 2 of your heroes. You coming in makes an even number, but remember you're a carry and you don't want to. Okay, I actually didn't even notice you made Midas, so I'm going to talk about that in a bit. You're a carry, you're not very strong right now. You're a kind of a mid-game carry. You need your core items. You're not going to be able to do a whole lot in the team fight right now, and they have a lot of burst potential. Right, so you should not have joined this team fight. If your team is dying, let them die. They still would have managed to get a kill on Veno, and they probably would have killed this guy as well. But having you there actually gave them a sense of false strength, and on top of that, you guys chased this guy. Don't chase people, like ever. unless like all of their team is dead, and you know they're all at low HP, and they've used all their abilities and whatnot, and it's like mid game, and you have core item, blah blah blah. At this time, you shouldn't have been chasing. Your teammates shouldn't have been chasing. You shouldn't have been chasing. You should definitely have been farming.
Yeah, you're right.
So far you haven't made any major mistake apart from getting the Midas, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So far you haven't made any major mistake. You've only made like tiny mistakes, but this is the thing at 4K, your tiny mistakes start piling up. And if the enemy is not making or is making less tiny mistakes, then they're at an advantage. Look at the net worth right now. Sven is at a 1K. Hello? Did something crash? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, connection broke.
I think, yeah, the connection broke. Let me let me turn on screen share again. Right, so I was saying that Sven is at a 1K net worth above you right now, and that's that's a combination of two things. Number one, you dying and not farming in that time, and number two, he's just farming. He's not in any team fight so far. He's literally
I noticed that also.
He's just farming. He's just farming these jungle camps, and that's why he's 1K above you, and he hasn't died.
Whoa, that's actually massive, man. Whoa.
He hasn't died, and he's got his first. Oh, he's got 2 core items up, so he's ready to start taking fights. In his position right now, he's got his blink up. He actually can start taking fights when he has blink up, but he's actually got 2 core items up, and he's got his morbid mask as well. So roughly, you guys have the same net worth. Let's just say roughly, right?
Yeah.
Every single item he's purchased with his gold has been an essential core item which helps him achieve stuff, accomplishments, or what's it called, objectives. He has blink, he can initiate team fights, he has bloody armlet, which is completely broken in the early game, and he has morbid mask, which is enough to help him farm the jungle. And
I have
I would,
that was a really bad choice.
If I was him, you should have checked other people's items before you made Midas. If I was coaching him right now, I would have been saying like, why are you constantly farming? You should be looking at the enemy team and getting your team together, and you have a blink, you have a bloody storm hammer, which is a 2-second stun. You should have just look for a kill, turn God Strength on, blink in, storm hammer, and kill people. Just to start killing people, because he can actually do that right now. Looking over at you, you have a Midas which is 0 net worth right now. But looking at you don't have a single item which actually helps you kill people or be active on the map or get things done, push towers or anything like that. That's because of the Midas that you made Midas. I want to also see what time you made the Midas at. Why the hell is this? Oh, you're probably looking at Zeus yourself. You made the Midas. Alright. It's funny because I used to make this exact same mistake. But I used to make this mistake in the previous patch where Midas was actually really good. So this patch, it's all about early game fighting. People start pressuring your lane at 10 to 15 minutes. You start having a difficult lane. People start team fighting early on. It's just an early game patch. So you make a Midas at 13 minutes. First off, you want to make a Midas normally in 4K, just don't make a Midas. This is my solid advice to you. At 4K, don't make a Midas on any hero except Furion and except Lone Druid. And of course, what's his name? Arc Warden. Apart from those 3 heroes, do not make a Midas unless, number 1, you get a double kill or you get 2 kills in the first like 5 minutes of the game. If that happens and you're getting really good farm, and you see that you can make a Midas by, let's say, 8 minutes, go for it. You can do that then. But otherwise, don't go for it. Even then, I would prefer that you don't make a Midas and instead get your items quick, as fast as possible, and start pressuring the map, start going for hero kills, start achieving objectives, rather than going for Midas and then farming another 10-15 minutes and waiting for your items to come up. So this Midas is
that was a big mistake, just going for that Midas.
This is your first I would say mistake, or big mistake that you made in the game so far. Apart from that, everything else has been pretty standard, pretty normal. Tiny mistakes which you can improve on, obviously.
I wanted to ask you if we can continue this after some time, because I need to go somewhere.
Actually, I think we actually have 10 minutes left. Do you want to do it later on, or like can we? Do you not even have 10 minutes?
Yeah, later. I need to really go
okay.
now.
All right. We can.
Yeah, but man, you're really helpful. I haven't even heard anywhere about this stuff, and I read a lot.
Which stuff exactly?
Yeah, about many stuffs, like joining team fights or farming that jungle, or even pulling that big camp. Like you can see it, but I never really think about it.
All right, that's good.
And like
that's
fighting
great.
with a first core item, like like joining fights, even joining fights, like ever shouldn't join fights. Unless they're diving my tower, or I can get kills. Like I was never thinking about it. I was just trying to fight. I don't know.
Yeah, because the thing is, you're probably coming from like 3K, right? You've climbed from 3K, right? So in 3K, you want to be fighting constantly. Like even as a carry, if you see a team fight, you dive, you go for it, because if you don't, then your whole team is going to report you and go on tilt and just be like, "Wow, we're all dead. Why are you still alive?"
Exactly.
So Shadowblade allows you to gank people a lot and pick them off. But the thing is, you've already gone Midas, and it's like 18 minutes in the game right now. And by the time you get I call it Lothars from Dota 1. I can't Shadowblade. By the time you get Shadowblade, it's going to be something like 22, 23 minutes in. And at that time, you want to really... you can still use Lothars, but you'd rather be making your next item. So fine, Senyasha is fine. It's not bad. It's not a bad idea to go Senyasha.
Yeah, I mean, just my protest thought. Sorry for my accent, but
no worries.
It's just we are fighting a lot, and they are not going alone. So I just wanted to tank up and fight as soon as I can. I mean, I made a mistake with Midas, but then again, yeah.
So thread switching is really important at your MMR. I don't think so.
Sorry, continue, sorry.
Let's check, did you switch to...
I mean, I do it when I farm, but I don't do it when I fight.
Oh, no, that's fine. You don't, that's like much higher skill, doing it when you fight. But I think you're missing it. Like right now, you should be on Agitread instead of Intel.
I'm sorry, I need to ask you one question. Like, when you thread swap with Slark, how do you do it when you use your first?
Dark Pact?
Yes.
So you don't care about your health. It takes about... How much health does it take? Okay, so 150 health. So it costs you 150 health, and and it deals 300. So you don't really care about health, because as soon as you move away from one camp, go from one camp to the other camp, you will get that health back. So really what you care about is your mana. So you try to switch it to Intel, and then you use Dark Pact. Immediately you go back to Agi, because you're a right-clicking person, and it gives you roughly one more what do you call it, armor. So that helps you tank, that helps you hit, and again, you don't really care about health that much, especially when you're farming, because you're just gonna get full health by the time you go to the next creep camp. So right now, right here, you chose to go here to farm the jungle. Your entire team is here. This is more your team's fault than your fault, I would say. But what you should be doing is you should have a TP. You have a TP. You know this tower is alive, so if the fight breaks out here, you can always TP here. So you should be pushing this tower, pressuring their tower. If you pressure their tower here, your tier 1 is still alive, their tier 1 is still alive. If your team takes a team fight and you take this tower and you guys like end up having a even trade here, you guys still win the team fight because you took this tower, you pressured their tower. Also, at the same time, somebody from their team might be thinking, oh, we should TP, and somebody might TP, and that means your team just got an advantage. On the other hand, you might want to take part in the team fight, and you can easily pressure the tower, push the creep wave. Your creep's already taking this tower, and then you TP here, and you give and you help out your teammates. So always your preference should be push the lane, take the lane farm, and then take the jungle farm. Right, your entire team is here, so it's a full-on team fight. It's fine. That's great, perfect. In team fights, try to just spam. Yeah, try to just spam Dark Pact as soon as it comes off cooldown, which it seems like you are doing more or less. You're dead here. You're dead here. There's no way you live. Well, you could have done. What could you have done differently?
Yeah, this is probably a team fight.
Alright, you should have gone. You should have gone for right away. You should have. So it's good you're taking the backline out here. Okay, let me show you. You go on Nyx. You're hitting him. Your Dark Pact comes off cooldown right now. You should have used it immediately. Yeah, you Shadow Dance because Sven was about to stun you, but you should have used your Dark Pact right away. That would have killed him slightly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No big deal. And then you did everything perfectly. Here though, yeah, they switched to you. Your team was.
Yeah, at this point I see I will die and just buy out.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I honestly can't really think of anything that you could have done differently. You played it out just fine. It's just that your team didn't control them as much as they should have. You don't have enough damage to take them out. Like, ideally, you should have taken out Nyx like 5 seconds, 6 seconds faster, and that way you could have had 6 seconds to kill somebody else. But
yeah,
again, I think it comes. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am just thinking if I precasted the Dark Pact and jumped on him, and I would have faster. I would have another Dark Pact earlier.
No, it's just 1 or 2 seconds. It's not a big deal. But I think it again comes back to your Midas that if you'd had a different item like Shadow Blade, you would have escaped there. If you had a Shadow Blade, if you had skipped Shadow Blade made Saint Yasha, you would have been able to kill. You would have been able to not only do more damage, but you would have been able to survive because you would have had more health. So overall, your Midas didn't contribute that much. And when you make Midas, your plan is farming. Again, you're taking team fights without having your first core item up. It's 20 minutes. You don't have your first core item up. So. Again, it comes back to the Midas, unfortunately.
Yeah. It was really bad. Yeah, that's a really big mistake. Like one item choice.
Yeah, you've died 5 times, and Slark has gone as Sven has gone. Sven is actually still just 1k above you, which is kind of surprising. Maybe he's not farming. I don't know. He's not being very efficient.
But his 1k is a lot ahead of me because
that might be, but he's probably not farming efficiently, maybe, or whatever the reason is. He's still just, even though you've died 7 times, he's still just 1k above you. So, all right, let me see what happens here. So you see your teammate is in trouble now. Again, making the decision to come and help your single teammate, even though you know there are at least 2 people there. Actually, you know there are 3 people there. You see them. You see 3 people there. Going to help this guy was not the right choice. Even if you're able to kill 1 person and escape, it's still not the right choice because you should be farming. You could have died, potentially. I don't know if you die or not. You kill this guy. No, you don't kill this guy. You should. You did kill this guy.
I think I kill him eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he fucks up.
Alright, so yeah, they screw up. They screwed up. Like, Zeus could have ultied here. You've got 500 health. Zeus is level... Okay, so he does... he doesn't have Scepter. He does 350 damage. You end up being... 350 minus reductions is something like 270. So 270, you still end up having 230 health. So, but then again, oh, you would have died. Oh, you died anyway. I don't know why I was calculating.
No, I had Aegis.
Yeah, you had Aegis. But if you had not taken that team fight, then Lycan, because he's so fast, he would have survived anyway, and your entire team would have survived. And you would have been farming, and you would have had Saint Yasha by now, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
So, small. Now you've got Saint Yasha. Your whole team is dead though, so nothing you can do. Just keep farming. Okay, that's good. You managed to. How did you kill?
I think I just ran towards him and pounced on him.
And he just stayed there or something. He didn't have TP.
Yeah, I think he didn't.
He didn't have
time, and he just.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a great kill. But now you've got your item, first core item up, and you're strong now. Like you can kill Putch, but you shouldn't do that. Okay, now that your teammate is there, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this was really a fuck up.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. He still dies, and you use Dark Pact. That's fine, but you're gonna be farming anyway. So you use Dark Pact, you run away, and you go farm jungle.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
You should be pushing this lane. Now is the best. The 2 of their heroes are dead. You see one of them is here. Your whole team is around here. Go push this lane. Take the tower.
Yeah,
very important.
Actually, I need to write this down.
Now I'll put it on YouTube hopefully by tomorrow or day after.
Just
most,
because it's fine.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
See, your tower is taking free damage. You don't even have a TP. At this point, because you don't really care about your health by now, and Poor Man's Shield is absolutely not doing anything at all for you, so you should just sell it by now at this time and just get a TP.
That's one question that I wanted to ask you. When do you sell Poor Man's Shield?
You sell Poor Man's Shield when you don't need it anymore, and you know you don't need it anymore when you have you have level 17. Like when you have two points in this, and you've got. Okay, so let me think about it. The right answer is you know when you're not taking enough damage to bring your health down significantly. That's the correct answer. You're tanking tower right now, and you're still only took 500 damage. So this should be a very, very solid indication to you that Poor Man's Shield is not doing anything for you at all right now. Did you sell it or what happened to it?
Yeah, I just sold
You
it.
sold it, okay. But really, I think when your Shadow Dance is level 2, and you will have by that time at least a Shadow Blade or Seinyasha or one item. So at that time, you really don't need it because Poor Man's Shield is only going to help you farm jungle at that point, and you can farm jungle just with your level 2 ult. It will give you your entire health back, so you don't need it. Okay, so I'm gonna skip ahead. Your farming pattern isn't too bad, but you're not really pressuring the lane that much.
Yeah.
You could have done these 2 camps if you had first pushed this lane out, and first push this lane out and then go to these camps, because obviously, actually there's a ward here, so you could have pushed it even further. You could have just avoided these 2 camps, gone and pushed this lane, pushed these creeps, and started work on the tower, because you have a lane like high ground ward here. You would know if somebody Pudge or whoever is coming from this side or this side. You have pounce and dog pack, and you have a TP, so you could pounced in the jungle, TP'd here, started pushing this tower, or gone back to base or whatever. But you could have done a lot of chip damage at least to this tower. So that's very important. You pressurize them, and then somebody from their team has to react, come here, and then you can either go back to farming jungle or push out another lane. Or isolate, or you see somebody's TP'd here. So now if your teammates try to go on someone else, obviously that person who's TP'd here can't TP back here, and he can't join the fight basically in good enough time. Let's see how this fight initiated. Alright, one of you. So most of your team is dead. At this point, ideally you don't want to take team fights or fights in general, unless you see. So you should ran right now. Most of your team is dead. Most of them are alive. They have a Nyx, or you actually see him as well. They have a Zeus. You don't know if his ult is. I didn't actually. You might have noticed or not. I don't know. I didn't notice that he just did ulti. But they have a global presence. I would have actually just ran here. Oh, okay. When did you get a BKB? Why am I not noticing these things?
What?
I didn't notice you got a BKB. Oh, this is why I did.
Yeah, I just dropped it. Yeah.
Okay, so BKB.
And this BKB, should I have gotten BKB or something else?
I think that at this stage in the game, if you had gone for Eye of Scott, I would have gone for Eye of Scotty. But let's see if BKB paid off or not.
Yeah, I think I overlapped BKB.
So you would have been stunned here for a little bit. But it's not the end of the world, because you would never have taken this fight anyway to begin with. You should see, this is a very bad decision right here. So far everything's fine, but okay, so Pudge hooked you, and then Pudge started going back. All right, Pudge, you shouldn't have even cared about Pudge. You see your teammate is fighting Sven, and you know Sven is the most powerful hero. You should have still kept going back to Sven. Otherwise, what happens is that Pudge actually manages to isolate you, and here he does. You shouldn't have gone on Zeus. Zeus has used his 2-3 powers, and you're still at full health. Whereas Sven, you just need to take one hit. So you kind of waste your time. I hope you end up killing Sven. He makes a mistake. Oh wow.
Yeah. Well.
Pudge actually. And another thing, Dark Pact right off of cooldown. So you have Dark Pact right here. No, I think he already ulted you. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I'm dead. I guess.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Oh my god.
So you. First of all, we both understand you should never have taken this fight to begin with.
Yes.
When you saw Sven, you should have just ran. It doesn't matter if Lycan dies or doesn't die or whatever. But if you did take it, you should have gone on Sven. Right here, you are...
Whoa, this is...
See, you wasted...
This is actually huge.
you wasted a second to turn around to punch, and then Zeus is this much distance away, and this is how far Zeus is. It's literally one more step away. This guy is one more step away. So yeah, you could have killed him, and then ideally you would have just walked back to base this way, or tried to juke or whatever, or TP'd or something. But you would have killed Sven. Even if you die after that, it's worth it because you kill their carry and then you die.
Yeah, and now he is ahead of me, and he wasn't before the start of the fight. Yeah.
Not only that, but you got Mirana killed for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Mirana's own fault for joining a team fight that is lost already, but
Have fun trying to bust out radiant.
this is
I
fine.
could
You
have
come
done
back.
better. Yeah.
You come back. This is
I'm actually not that much behind. That's actually surprising.
well, Sven is probably not farming efficiently, and he's been in a lot of team fights. He's in like every single team fight. So,
Yeah.
whereas yeah, his item build is okay good for team fights, but he should still be farming. He should still be farming a little bit at least. He should have been taking the Roshan and Ancients and whatnot, but whatever.
Radiant's toughened up.
Yeah.
Wow, Mask of Madness, really?
Yeah, actually, man.
Okay,
this was
so
so helpful.
So what you should do here, you guys obviously can't take this team fight because your teammates are dead for 20 seconds. You kill this camp, and then you walk around here, take this, push this lane. They obviously can't TP here and walk till here. And if they do TP, that's good. You force a TP. You start pushing this lane. One of two things will happen. They will either disappear from the map, in which case you know they're headed towards you, either walking this way or TP'd and coming this way. So you take out this creep wave, and you start walking up here. You see they have disappeared. You immediately TP onto this lane or this lane, and you start pushing out this lane or start pushing out this lane. If they keep pushing your tower, then you keep pushing this lane. You take this tower, they take this tower. It's an even trade, and that's okay for you because you've got a Midas and they do not. So
Yeah,
you're kind of getting an even trade, and you're prolonging the game, and you're getting more gold per minute because you've got a Midas. So, alright. What do? You move up here, you start farming here. Of course, it doesn't help that you have no vision on the map because your team didn't get sent observers. Like there's one. Alright, so there's an observer here, which is like a offensive observer. So you should put this here if you guys are like ahead, but really does not feel like you guys are ahead. So you should be helping your supports, telling them where you want the ward. Ideally as Slark, if you've made a Midas and you're farming and the enemy team is being offensive, you should have defensive wards, like a ward around here, a ward on your side of the river, a ward on this side of the river, maybe a ward up here.
Yeah.
To see enemy moving into your jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a team fight you definitely want to join. They're diving your tower, and you do join it, albeit a little late, but that's fine. You should kill this guy right now. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Whoa. Yeah. It's actually GG.
It shouldn't have.
Wow.
So you know what happened? Because
he
Lycan actually,
me. Yeah.
yeah, he cleaved you off of Lycan. What you could have done is, as soon as he takes the first hit, you turn. You're really fast right now, so you could have just come on the side, come to the side, and then started hitting him.
Yeah. That's just the mechanics. Yeah, I know.
But in the heat of the battle, it's kind of difficult to do that. But that's fine. You bought back because you thought you could get some kills. And
yeah, I know, but at this point, I think it's just over.
it's not really, not at all. Because the thing is, you have a Midas. The whole idea of the Midas, the reason why you get a Midas is because you want to take game to the late game, and you want to have a gold advantage over your enemy. You want to have one whole extra item compared to your enemy. Whereas, of course, it's not working out for you at the moment because they're killing you so much. Yeah, you should definitely go here. He's dead. That's fantastic. I think your biggest issue right now is that you're not really pressuring the lane that much, any lane. Also, you picked a hero whose strength is pickoffs and a team fight, kind of, and you're not doing that. Instead, you make a Midas, a very late Midas, and you are farming jungle most of the time. So it's kind of a, I would say, a game sense issue, but at the same time, you've got a Lycan whose only job in the game is to take Roshan and take towers. That's his only job. He never wants to start be fighting or hitting heroes. He only was, and he's not doing that. I have no idea. He even goes for a like, I don't even know what the hell the BKB is doing here, because this should have been, if he's going Vlad's and Medallion, he should take the Roshan, and then he should make, what's it called, Necronomicon. And if he does go BKB, it doesn't matter. He should still have Roshan, and then he should think about his next item. Take team fights, maybe alright, fine with the BKB, but alright. So making Scotty now, making BKB now turns out did not help you, because of course when Sven is cleaving you, BKB doesn't do anything. In fact, there's time where you died, I think about around about here. You brought back. Where is it? No. I don't think you used BKB in that fight. It's this fight. It's this fight there. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So you come down. And right here you could have used BKB. If you'd used BKB, I think Zeus's ult killed you.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't.
Lena's thingy. All right, so I think this is just really bad on Lycan's part. If Lycan had not come there, you would have survived straight up. He got you killed. But when you noticed you're taking damage, you should have backed off. Or like you see you're taking huge amounts of damage.
Yeah, or go behind. Yeah.
It's fine. Right, so in this particular situation, if you had as opposed to a BKB, if you had a Skadi. So right now you've got 1900 health, let's say. BKB gives you 10 strength, which is let's say 200 health, whereas Skadi gives you about 750 health. So not only do you have a shitload of health, but Skadi also gives you, yeah.
I actually took it because of active, like avatar.
I mean, it gives you health, it gives you armor, which is great against Sven because all he's doing is right clicking you, and it slows down Sven. I don't remember exactly how much. 45 attack speed slow. So Sven's current attack speed is 240. So he would have had almost I think that's about 20%. 20% attack slow means he's doing 20% less damage to you. That's huge. Not to mention the fact that you've got 750 extra health and all that armor and whatnot. So BKB didn't end up helping you that much. It's absolutely fine because when I was in your bracket, I was making the same mistakes. What I was not doing was I was not thinking before I bought my item, and that's that's what you need to do. You need to look at who is the biggest threat. Mostly it's going to be the carry, right? You need to look at who is the biggest threat so far to you, and to counter that threat, what do you need to do? Is it your playstyle that needs to adapt, or is it your item build that needs to adapt? For example, there's a Pudge in the game. If you make a black BKB, it doesn't help you against Pudge. His hook is pure. His ult goes through BKB.
Getting through, yes.
Nyx, his ult goes through BKB, of course, because it's right-click physical. Fine, his stun doesn't go through BKB, but your Dark Pact removes that stun anyway. Venomancer, I forgot if his... I think his slows don't go through BKB. Pierce, okay, his slow does go through BKB. This Plague Ward slow goes through BKB. Poison Sting goes through BKB. So he's still slowing you down, even through BKB. So these are the things that you need to think about before you make before you commit to an item.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we kinda. I kinda took some more of your time.
Sorry?
I mean, I took more of your time than I should have.
No worries, I'm gonna just like quickly try and skip to the end. See if you could have. See, look at that. You're taking massive amounts of damage, and most of them you can't even avoid with BKB. Like, you're gonna die here to Venomancer because you just ran out of health. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
The good thing about what just happened is that the two biggest mistakes you made, two big mistakes that you made, were both related to items. All the other mistakes are tiniest mistakes, like farming efficiency, sorry, not farming when team fighting when you should be farming. I mean, these things, they pay off, kind of. Like, it's just efficiency, really. It's a small mistake. At your 4K, it's a small mistake. So you don't need to worry about that too much. The only thing I would tell you right now is focus on items, focus on enemy composition and what you need to do to counter them. What is your biggest threat, depending on your hero, and that's pretty much. I think that's where you lack. That's the skill you lack right now, and that's it. And one more thing: pressure lanes, pressure towers, take towers, push lanes.
Yeah.
Very important. You're still farming jungle. Your teams of team fighting, and you're farming jungle. That's not good. You should be taking lane farm. Lane farm is always more gold and more XP than jungle. Always. Yeah. Something like this, like you took like 5 or 6 lanes right now. So that's in excess of 1,000 gold. See what you're doing right now? This is good. But obviously, the other team is in your base, so it's too late.